Good honey is already expensive, and this stuff costs like 5 times more, but it just may be worth it. Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome back to Ink Nutrition. My name is Jack. I'm a registered dietitian, and I am here to help translate the science of nutrition so that you can live a happier and healthier life. Please like, comment, and subscribe for videos every week. Thanks so much. The first question you may be asking is, what is Manuka? Well, it is a tree, and this is a special honey that only comes from the nectar of that tree, which is only native to the beautiful country of New Zealand. Australia also claims to have these trees, and apparently that has created a big debate. So we'll just say that this honey is native to the South Pacific, which is reason number one why it is so expensive, because it's so rare. But just because something is rare doesn't mean it has superpowers. Having said that, right, I think Manuka honey has some promising medicinal qualities. And it has everything to do with the honey's composition of bioactive compounds. Now, there is one chemical in particular that is largely responsible for Manuka honey's fame, which is methylglyoxal, or MGO. Now, MGO, when extracted and taken as an isolated supplement, does not appear to elicit any health benefits, suggesting that there are other compounds, other phytonutrients and flavonoids that interact synergistically with MGO to really make Manuka honey a superfood. So on paper, it looks good, sounds good, but what does the science say? It looks and appears that there's a wide application for using Manuka honey medicinally, but I think in particular there are two properties which have the most supportive evidence. One, antibacterial, and two, wound healing. So first up, when it comes to the antibacterial properties, a lot of research is showing that Manuka honey can actually be safely used as an alternative natural antibiotic, which exerts this stimulating effect on macrophages to release these mediators needed for tissue healing and reducing microbial infections, which is largely, dependent on that MGO, that methylglyoxal. Okay, so I know that was a big mouthful, but really anytime there's an overgrowth of bacteria or presence of certain viruses, such as SIBO or common colds or a sore throat, it's showing that Manuka honey could be a pretty good intervention, a good natural remedy. But there are two caveats. First, when it comes to serious infections, you definitely want to see your doctor, and antibiotics may be necessary. Two, I don't quite think there's enough clinical trials yet done on humans. There's a lot of in vitro studies, right? Looking at petri dishes, a lot of mice studies that show some promising results. I just don't think there's enough data quite yet to really get behind all of its claims. Currently, there's actually more evidence, in my opinion, for using Manuka honey to treat wounds. Okay, so the honey has been shown to significantly heal diabetic ulcers and other open wounds, and topical applications is effective for treating burns and even chronic wounds. And get this, Manuka honey was approved as a recommended alternative and a natural material for the treatment of wounds by the US FDA. And it's pretty hard to get things approved by the FDA, so clearly there is some good, solid evidence to show that it can help with wounds. And I guess you can use it as a honey dressing. So you apply it directly on the wound, kind of like a Neosporin, and then you can cover it. Now, there are a couple important things to look for on the label if you want to purchase Manuka honey. So if you want to truly experience its therapeutic potential, there are two things to keep an eye out for. One, either the UMF, which is the unique Manuka factor, or the MGO content. Both are a measure of MGO, or the methylglyoxal. Aim for either a UMF rating of 15 plus, or an MGO content of at least 250 milligrams per kilogram. So when you see those values on a label, you can trust that it is pure and potent. And in fact, this is the only honey that has to pass through a lab before it can be sold. So what is my opinion? Do I buy it? Do I consume it? Well, first, it must be known that I am kind of a lightweight addict to honey. So I pretty much eat it every single day, and therefore I am not going to eat Manuka honey every day because that would take a toll on my wallet. Having said that, I do always have it on hand. I have it in my pantry, and I use it strategically, like a drug, when I need it. So if I do feel a sore throat coming on, if I do feel like I'm starting to get a little under the weather, I try to catch that, and I have a teaspoon to a tablespoon a day of the Manuka honey. And honestly, I'm a believer in that application. I think there is enough evidence, for me anyways, to choose that as a potential remedy when I'm starting to get sick. Now the weather is starting to change, and we're entering that season where people just tend to get a little sick. And if that starts to happen to you, maybe Manuka honey is something to try. I think there's enough evidence again to convince me that it's worth a shot, but it is really expensive. So you are gonna have to kind of weigh the pros and cons there. But I would love to hear from you all if it is effective for you, if you've tried it. Thanks again very much. I appreciate everyone for watching, supporting this channel. If you want to know anything else about nutrition or about Manuka honey or any other unique supplement or food compound, let me know. Let's talk about it. Drop it in the comments. Please like, please subscribe. And I hope everyone has a delicious day. Thanks so much. Bye. Ooh, it's got a steep price tag though. What does the research say? Both are a measure of methylglyoxal. But there are two caveats when it comes to serious infections. That was way too animated. I really think I am addicted to honey.